Thank you for doing this. Let's talk news of the day here in Arizona. A new poll shows our sitting senator is down 7 points to a Democrat. How does that happen?
Well, listen, a lot happens, but that's what they've been saying about Donald Trump for the last 5 years. He was down, 0% chance of winning, and look where we are. So we won Arizona last time. We're going to do it again. It's going to be an incredible time, and we'd love to win a lot of the down ticket stuff, and we're going to focus on it heavily.
Does President Trump lift up McSally tonight?
Well, I think you'll find out. You never really know what Donald Trump's going to do. I think that's what makes him entertaining. Unlike Bloomberg, you never know what's going to come. He's going to have some fun and be some creative, and you can see from a crowd that's still a couple hours out, it's already getting fun and rowdy.
I talk politics with you as well. So I spoke to Kayleigh McEnany a few minutes ago. She said not to rule out Joe Biden. Do you think he still has a chance at the nomination?
I think anybody has a chance, but ultimately there's only one person that's going to win, and it's President Trump. So whether it's Biden, whether it's Sanders, whether it's Buttigieg or Warren, it makes no difference to us. We're running our game plan and our focus. Our ground operation is incredible, and our fundraising efforts have been really historic in terms of what we've been able to do in cash on hand. And they're donations from everyday, hardworking people that are going to show up and vote for the president, not someone try to buy an election like Bloomberg.
Who do you think the president would most like to face in November?
I think he'd like to play with any one of them, to be quite honest. It's like the greatest show on earth, coming to a rally, going to a debate up against Trump. I mean, personally, when I look at it, when I see the juxtaposition of someone who's offering socialism and communism, which is a failed enterprise throughout the world and throughout history, or someone who's entering this race once again with a strong, robust economy that he created for the Americans, the choice is clear.
DNC Chair Tom Perez was in town this week. He says the Democrats are talking about three things: healthcare, healthcare, and healthcare.
I wouldn't trust the Democrats to run a kindergarten. They couldn't get through an Iowa caucus. They couldn't count 100,000 votes, and we're going to trust them with $1 trillion plus healthcare system. Come on, guys. Let's talk for real. What they want to do, Medicare, they want to eliminate all private insurance that so many Americans are happy with, to let the government run and ultimately destroy something that works. You've seen the way they operate. They're not competent, they're not capable, but they have great sound bites, so we'll see what happens. As for who we'd ultimately run against, honestly, I think any one of them would be a lot of fun at this point.
You must have a favorite, come on.
Well, listen, hey, I was there in 2016 when they said we had no chance, but we had a base. Bernie has a real base. So, that to me is more intimidating than Bloomberg, who's just buying a base. Meaning, when you're paying someone to go knock on a door, it's a lot different than having a real volunteer who believes it in their heart. We have that. So I sort of want to run against the other billionaire who has no charisma, who has no personality, and who's just paying people to show up for him. When you're buying social media influencers to try to make you seem cool, it's got to be a long couple of months.
One of the battles is over suburban women. We hear that in this election. How does the president win them over?
Well, I think you've seen with at least 4 of the last polls, the president is up with suburban women. He's doing very well with women in fundraising. We have more people than ever before donating, contributing to the president, and we have a whole network of women bundling across the country raising money for the president. Women have never done better than they have under President Trump. So when you examine the facts and the record low unemployment and more women entering the workforce than ever before, and women leading the way as the entrepreneurs and creating new businesses, I think the record speaks for itself.
Does the president have any surprises in store tonight?
If I knew, I'd tell you. But the reality is, you've been to these rallies before. I mean, he gets up there, he has a good time. To have this many people showing up this early in an election cycle to cheer on their president, a guy who's actually delivered on the promises that he made back in 2016, it's incredible. I mean, we saw this when I was recently out here on my book tour. I mean, we were turning away people at Costco because they ran out of books. At Costco, over 3,000 people showed up. There's something going on. The American people are seeing it. They're getting through the nonsense of the media filter. The results speak for themselves, and they get it.
Going back to that polling, a sitting senator down 7 points in red Arizona. Do you think Arizona is really purple and is truly a battleground state?
I think a lot of these states are very purple. I mean, I think without question. I think the reality is Donald Trump will transcend a lot of that. He was able to transcend and win a lot of purple states last time around. he won a couple of states that were sort of the holy grail of what the Republicans would like, whether it's Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, things that we hadn't won in decades. Donald Trump was able to do that. So there's a lot on the table, but there is a lot of purple in this country. The reality is Donald Trump has descended sort of party politics. He has just delivered on promises. He's done things like prison reform, opportunity zones. These are not conservative Republican Party platforms. They're just the right thing to do, and he delivered them for the American people.